Hello and welcome, I'm your host Elizibar, and it really feels like Shadowman number 8, much like issue 7, just kind of rushed through like the juicy stuff. Now, maybe they only got so many issues to tell their story with, but like the first 4 issues of this Shadowman series were great setup. Crazy, like, investigation, magic-y stuff going on, crazy horror elements. It was scary and awesome. Then, like, the first 2 issues of this, where Jack is like trying to figure himself out, trying to figure her out, trying to figure out what to do, trying to stop the two sides, the living and the dead, from killing each other, which is kind of a fun thing to say when, one side of this is literally dead. Yeah. Then issue 7 was like, hey, crazy stuff is happening, and we are just going to go through it as quickly as possible. Like, so fast you can't even see it. And I feel like we left off like a lot of interesting things, seeing people struggle through a world that's being overrun by horrifying monsters from, the dead side. That's kind of interesting. That seems like the struggle, that seems like the fight would be worth at least an issue or two just to show people, hey, look at all this stuff that's going on. You got these people fighting all these cool monsters. It's a great excuse to draw some cool action sequences. Lots of them. How did the abettors survive in that crazy world? Like, there's a couple pages of good stuff right there that you could at least show us, if not more material. But we didn't get that. We just kind of rushed through right to the point where Jack is like, all right, let's go do a crazy plan. And this book is The Crazy Plan. So I didn't really find this book to be super duper great. It was satisfying. I'm not gonna pretend it wasn't. I had a good time reading it. I found it pretty satisfying. And the artwork certainly carries the spooky, magical themes really well. So we got Punk Mambo hanging out with Jack, hanging out with the new abettors, and they come to see all the Loas. And they're like, yo, help us stop her. We've got this crazy plan. And the crazy plan is they're going to exorcise her from the body she's in. Because she's got a living body, so she can be in the real world. And they're going to separate the Loa from the living body. That's their crazy plan. And so they're like, hey, help us with this. And of course, the Loas are like, look, we said we weren't going to intervene and fight her. And so Punk Mambo apparently has a spell that steals all the powers from the Loas. So her and the new abettors, who we've never actually gotten to meet. I mean, I think we had like 1 or 2 pages where we learn their names, but we have no idea who any of these people are really. Like, they're just plot devices. So they steal their powers, they get a cool look. Everything looks really cool. It looks absolutely really cool. I don't even know what I want to show you next. Like, the darks look awesome. Here. This is what we'll just go here. Just look at this Just look at this 2-page spread. All right, just look at this. There is so dang much going on there, and it looks so cool that I'm pretty willing to forgive the fact that I feel like we rushed through this particular story arc, way too quickly. We should have sat back. We should have enjoyed it a little bit. We should have reveled in it some. But I guess for business reasons, we couldn't. So, of course, being heroes and being the end of the story, you can kind of imagine how things go for them at this point. Like, you only have 2 choices. Either the heroes all lose and the book ends because everybody's dead, or the heroes win and the book ends because they've won and this particular story's over. So choose your path. Either way, it's very satisfying. Jack doesn't satisfy anybody. So it's a compromise ending, and I think it works out pretty well. They tease like whatever the next storyline is going to be, which I guess is in a separate book. Hold on. Where was that at? Book of Shadows. Here we go. So they tease this thing. I'm not sure I'm going to like bother to get in on this. Like, I don't know. punk mambo just I don't find it all that appealing. So, dude, what is with the color balance there? That did you see that? That got like super duper weird. It looks like great in real life, but for whatever reason, this was looking like super funky for some reason. I don't know what was up with that. Anyway, I'm probably not gonna be getting in on this. I really enjoyed the start of this, and then I felt like it went downhill. Like we started great in this series, and it kind of whoomped down to just being like a little better. Like it went to like pretty good, and I don't think pretty good is enough to get me to come back for another series. So there you go. There was some wasted potential here, and I guess it's probably business reasons told them they couldn't have more issues to spread this story out to kind of build this up to the really like roaring, rousing climax that it deserved. I don't know. It was still pretty good. Check it out in the trades. You know, trade paperback has got to be coming out soon. You should check it out that way because I don't know if you'll be able to find the like single individual issues of this stuff anywhere. I have no idea, man. Who even buys Valiant books aside from me? Nobody. It feels like nobody.